Hey guys, Metal here, and today I wanted to make a pro tip on how to use murder holes, how to make murder holes, best ways to go about using them. A lot of new players, they realize you can make holes in walls and do things with them, but they either don't use that ability at all, or they don't do it in a smart way, and it lets more experienced players, beat them easily. So the very first thing that people realize you can do is you just put a hole in a wall, and then they'll sit there and look through this hole. Now this is one of the worst things you could possibly do because other people are going to see that there's a hole in the wall as they come in the room, and they're just going to shoot through the hole, and then you're going to be dead because your head's going to be sitting here at the hole. And even if you have a whole room to cover, so I'm going to have 4 windows to cover here that someone could come through. At one point, anyone comes in any of those windows and they see this hole and they shoot through it, I'm dead. So I won't have time to react, but they'll only have to worry about 1 point. Now, the better way to do murder holes if you need to cover from outside of it is to make a line. This way, they won't have one spot to shoot at, and then as you're peeking into the room, you'll be able to strafe back and forth. So what you'll want to do is, you might want to be sitting here at the edge, and then once someone's entered the room, you peek out and strafe and engage the person. So ideally, this is how you want to make murder holes. Generally, you won't make them quite this wide. I just used the shotgun so it wouldn't film me making a murder hole for forever. But generally, you'll make a more thin line with an SMG like this. Besides that, I mean, there's not really much else that I can say to murder holes. Really, ideally, you don't want to be holding angles in this game, right? You don't want to just sit in a hole, even if it's a line type hole. You don't want to just sit here because of the peeker's advantage and the inherent value of being aggressive in this game. What I would actually recommend you do is to sit in a position more like this and wait till you hear someone in the room and then engage, because you want to be the one with the peeker's advantage in that case. I'm going to be making a video on that soon about the value of playing aggressive and the value of peeker's advantage, but I wanted to do this video real quick because I had someone ask me about how I recommend to use murder holes, and this is the way you should be doing it, with a line. That way you can strafe back and forth, you see more of the room, and there's not one specific spot for the attacker to shoot at. In addition to this method, there's one more thing you can do, which I'm going to go find a different wall for, and that is to just poke a lot of holes in a wall. So this was a good wall, you can use this. So you just put a lot of holes in the wall, maybe some down at prone level as well. That way, when the attacker is looking in, they have no idea which one you're in, and you can just pop up in any of them. They have to basically play whack-a-mole with you and try and figure out which one you're going to pop up in to shoot at. That's a little bit, if you're going to be not so much strafing but peeking in and out, that can be a good way to handle it as well. If you're going to be, again, just peeking out, or if you have multiple people trying to use the holes, that'd be the best way to do it, and that's what the attackers would see. They just see a bunch of holes, and they're not really going to know which one you're going to peek in or out of. Alright guys, that's just been a quick tip on how to make and use murder holes. I hope you've enjoyed this. Leave a like if you're going to find this tip useful in your matches, and subscribe if you want to see more map tips and general tips from me in the future. Have a great one.